Hi everyone, it's Kim Taylor here from Kim Taylor Ultimate Speaker, bringing you another episode of the Ultimate Speaker TV and bringing you the strategies, the tips and the techniques that you need in order to improve your speaking skills and get out there and be who it is that you need to be in order to grow your business, attract the clients that you want to work with, and because it's one of the fastest ways to grow your business is to get out there and speaking. So that's what we're going to be focusing on is some tips and strategies around that. So with it, I thought today what we would speak about is how do you need to manage your state of mind. Now, it's so interesting because I just saw the Facebook Live of Janine Howard, who she's talking about Profile Magazine, and she's talking about how we need to be brave in our businesses. And if we're not being brave in our businesses, we're not going to grow. And why I had a bit of a chuckle to myself, because it's like I was going to talk about this today in my live stream, which is what we're doing now. So the key thing here is that if we want to, and look, I'll just explain a little bit about this. I've been having a couple of meetings this morning, and there was a breakfast meeting, and the thing that was showing up repetitively was state of mind and how essential it is, how important it is. And this is such a key part of our speaking, of our communication, because how we come across, or how we think we are coming across, can be different. How we're being perceived by others can be different to what we think it is. And apart from that, it is about being resourceful, because we can do all sorts of mind games around why we can't do something. Oh, I don't want to leave the house because, it's comfortable. We get into that comfort zone, and I just wonder how many of you can relate to that. It's a normal thing to do. So it comes back to how do we manage our state of mind? And I have the 7 P's for managing your state of mind, which I would love to share with you. And it is about stepping into your power. Stepping into what empowers you and what do you need around you in order to create that. And that's an essential piece for our speaking. This is why it's a basis, it's like 101, and we need to remind ourselves about self-care. So the first one is about purposefully, if I can say the word, pamper yourself. Get out there and nourish and nurture yourself. Now, I know when I started working with Janine Howard in my business mentor, and also with Jane Clough, they gave these beautiful pamper packs. One was a beautiful rabbit hole tea from Jane, which was absolutely gorgeous. The other one was this lovely, from Janine, was this essential oils in this beautiful bowl and beautifully packaged up. And it was such a gorgeous reminder of how self-care is so important. So what is it for you? Is it a bubble bath? Is it going for a walk with your puppy? Is it, holding hands and having a romantic night out with your partner? Is it going for a swim? Is it skydiving? Whatever it is that it's, pampering yourself, whatever you call pampering, because there's no right or wrong to this, it's an essential step. And so I really encourage you, think about what that very first thing is. How can you nurture yourself? Even if you give yourself like 5 minutes every day just to do that, it makes a world of difference as to how you show up and how you feel when you show up, when you're communicating. The second one is prioritize your day. Now, there's a very key thing that I use here, and this is what I call today's 6 things. That's going to be the reverse on the camera, I realize that, but I'll read it to you. It's today's 6 things, including the not negotiables. Now, what do I mean by not negotiables? Well, for me, my not negotiables are a walk. So that's part of the pampering my day, but I have it on the list. Another one of my not negotiables is doing the game Lumosity, which is based on neuroscience and developing the left and right brain. So that's another thing that's a not negotiable. But then I also list the 6 things that I intend to get done. Now, I'm not saying I get those things done. Some jobs are bigger than others, but that's okay. It's having a priority on what I'm going to do and then investing chunks of time to make that happen. I also have down the bottom here, the contact. Who do I need to get in contact with? Who am I waiting to hear back from? All of those things. So that keeps it very much about prioritizing your day. And I don't know about you, the more focused you become, the more you will achieve. Okay, so again, it helps you keep that state of mind. The third one is private time. Now that sort of ties in with pampering yourself, but it's really important to give yourself some time out. Maybe read a book, maybe take some time for you to just relax and listen to some music. Just time out on your own, away from the busyness. I think they say that we've got like 3,000 bits of information getting thrown at us in any day, and I think perhaps it's probably more. I know we have like over 60,000 different thoughts, and so we want them to be resourceful. We want to manage our state and keep ourselves in a really positive, resourceful way. Okay, the next one is pride in who you are. Okay, take pride. Everyone's different. We are all so, and I think it's about embracing that uniqueness. The more we embrace that, the more we can really stand in our power, the more we will show up in our speaking, the more we will show up in the way we do our presentations and the communication with others. But we need to have pride in ourselves. And look, if you're not feeling like you're in a good space, find a coach. Find someone, a mentor that's going to really help you, multiple mentors to help you maintain that. So it's also about picking your priorities. Now this is why this run sheet makes it a daily run sheet makes it really important to pick the priorities that you need to work on in order to make your day happen, in order to create the day that you want. It's about picking what's most important. And I know, for example, in this sheet that I will highlight yellow as being what's most important and a priority, and purple being what's going to be the most income generating. And that means that I can look after my clients in that really resourceful way. I show up for them. And that becomes back to prioritizing and picking what I put into that day. Picking the priorities. It's also about taking time for personal development. Now, I don't know about you, but every day I am investing time in TEDx talks, YouTube, audible.com books. I'll listen often when I'm actually out there walking, or I might just relax when I'm out walking, but often I'll have an audible book in there. One that I'm listening to at the moment is Dr. Joe Dispenza. And if you've got an interest in neuroscience and how the mind works and how the brain works, how it can evolve, then there's a fabulous range of books that he's put out there. I love the very first book that he put out there was Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. What a great title. And his latest book, I think, is called Becoming Supernatural. So, the works of Greg Braden, as I say, there's a range of TEDx talks out there, Dr. Bruce Lipton, amazing and interesting personal development and totally relatable to any industry that you're in, any work that you do, and especially important if you're thinking about getting out there and needing to do more presentations because you want to grow your business, because you want to expand not only yourself, but you want to expand your business so that you can help more people. It comes back to that mindset. So personal development is a very, very key thing. It's also about having positive people mindset. Now, one of the, if anyone that's worked with me, that I have the 9 steps to ultimate speaker training system. And one of those steps is about selective support. And it comes back to having positive people mindset. Now, what does that mean? Well, for me, and what is your interpretation of this? But for me, it's around having people of a similar mindset, people that are going to be there to support me, are going to be, even if they don't fully understand what it is that I'm doing or where I'm going or what the big picture is. They're there, they have my back. And that is such a key thing. I know this is why I'm so appreciative of my wonderful husband, Chris, and the way that he just has my back. You know, sometimes he shakes his head at some of the things that I'll, do or say, but no, the thing is, he goes, yeah, okay, I get it. I know, I get the bigger picture, so I'm here to support you. And I think that's absolutely wonderful. So who have you got around you? Who's not serving you? Now that's a big one. How are they showing up in your life? Do they try to, take the chip away at the dreams and the goals that you have, and perhaps, they're not wanting to steal the goals and dreams that you have, but they just got their own fears that get in the way. Are you surrounding yourself with the right people is the question. And the thing is, the more focused and the more intent you have on where you're going, it's so interesting how the people that aren't aligned will actually fall away. And that goes for clients as well. It's interesting because Chris has always shared with me, you're working with some amazing, beautiful people. And I said, yes, I am, because I'm so clear on who I want to work with. And that comes back into that positive people mindset. So there you are. There you've got the 7 P's for managing your state of mind. And I'm very happy to gift this to you. I can send it to you online, or I can actually post you your own laminated copy so that you can pop it up on the wall and have it there to remind yourself. Or maybe, you'll get some inspiration and you'll make up your own. Doesn't matter, as long as you're doing something, because everything you do, it comes back to how you show up. It comes back to what is your state of mind in order to create the success that you need. And if you need someone to support you, then go do that. It's so important to help someone that's been there, that's ahead of where you are, who has the skills that you're seeking, so that they can fast track your success. And that's essential. So I'd love to share with you a quote just to round up, and it's a quote that I live by. It's words, and there's been several ways that it's said, but it's something that I live by. And it says, our work is a reflection of our inner consciousness. If we want to change the world, we must first change ourselves. Isn't that beautiful? So until next time, now if you, as you know, if you're having any challenges with this, private message me. I'll also send a link there that you can lock an appointment if you want to, a complimentary session with me where we can just see where you're at and where it is that you need some help, because I'd love to be able to help you. Okay, so until next week, have a wonderful weekend, and do beautiful things. Achieve lots, and remember, keep managing your state of mind. Keep remembering the 7 P's to stand for your state of mind. Okay, bye for now.